When Stars Are Scattered excerpt, page 1. Remember, this is not a trial. There are no right or wrong answers. We just need to get a file started to see if you are eligible for resettlement. Do you understand? I wondered if the UN worker had ever smiled in his entire life. I wish Susana Martinez were here. Just answer honestly and completely. Everything will be fine. Let's begin. Where were you born? I was born in the small town of Marire in Somalia. It's a rural area. Our father was a farmer. What do you remember of home? I was only a little kid, but I remember. Page 2. Green. I remember the color green. I remember my dad used to take me out to the fields with him while he worked. My mother would bring him lunch, and we'd all eat together under a tree. Page 3. Why did your family leave Somalia? Omar, what do you remember happening on the day you left your home? I'd practiced this story many times in my head. I didn't realize how hard it would be to say the words out loud to this unfriendly man in this strange room. Young man, I remember. Page 4. My toys. I was playing under a tree with my toys. I loved those toys. My dad made them for me. I used to build houses with them. And then the men came. I didn't know them. I'd never seen them before. They walked out into the field and started talking with my father. They started yelling, and then bang, bang, bang. Page 5. I ran back toward our house. My mother was walking to the fields, carrying lunch for me and my father. She had Hassan with her. Mama! I had a hard time telling her what happened. I was so little, but she seemed to understand right away that something bad had happened. Take your brother, Omar. Run as fast as you can back to our village. Go to Sadia's house next door. She'll take care of you until I come back. Don't be scared, my brave boy. I need you to take care of your brother. I will come back to you as soon as I can. Everything will be okay. Page 6. Our house and our village was far from our fields. Hassan couldn't walk very fast at all. We barely made it to my neighbor's house before. Omar, Hassan, get inside quickly. We've heard rumors. Then I heard gunshots and screaming, and soon the whole village was running. There were angry men everywhere. Mama, where is Mama? Run, Omar, run! Mama, run! Page 7. We ran. Every direction we turned, we found more fighting. We ran and we ran and we ran. Hush, Omar, you must be quiet. I want Mama. What happened to your mother? Did she find you? Run! Do you know what happened to her? No, sir. Do you have any idea about your mother's whereabouts today? Is she alive or is she... Mama. I don't know, sir. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Page 8. Please, the boy needs a break. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Why didn't she find us? I don't know. What happened to her? Where is she? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know she loved you. A mother always does. Who are you? Page 9. Ahem. I brought you something to drink. Some juice. Sniff. Sniff. My juice feels funny. It's cold. Yes. It may sound weird, but that was the first cold drink I'd ever had in my entire life. Ahem. Shall we continue? I think he was trying. Yes, I'm ready. Page 10. I told the man how we walked with our neighbors for days, weeks. It's funny, we'd never spent that much time with our neighbors before, but now they had our lives in their hands. Our neighbor, Sadia, took care of us, even though she was very old. She never left us behind. We walked and walked and walked, but there was no place to go. There was too much fighting. What happened in our village was happening everywhere in Somalia. We had to find someplace safe. Our group couldn't travel very fast. It was mostly older people or moms with young children, but we walked as fast as we could. As we walked, we met more and more people who were running from their homes. We didn't know where we were going, but we all kept walking, one foot in front of the other. Someone in the group had heard about a place in Kenya, a safe place for Somalis to go. It was run by the United Nations, so the grown-ups decided we should leave our country and go there. Page 11. We followed signs left by other Somalis. A bent tree branch meant, turn here. We hid in the bushes when we heard fighting. Sometimes we couldn't hide and the bandits found us. They'd take our food, our clothes, our everything. I was young, but I knew people were dying. Our group got smaller and smaller. Our neighbor, Sadia, she took care of us for as long as she could, but she didn't make it. Page 12. Others in our group must have kept caring for me and Hassan, but I don't remember much of that. As we walked, I got weaker and weaker and weaker. Just as I was fading into nothing, we made it to the camp. I don't remember much about that either. I know that so many Somalis were fleeing the country because of the civil war. We were all automatically registered as refugees. There were too many of us to go one by one. The UN officials separated Hassan and me from our group. They said we were sick and we needed to stay in the hospital. Page 13. For me, the first years are lost. I felt like I was fading in and out, like I barely existed. Maybe I was a ghost. Hassan, too. Malnourished, malaria, sick, dehydrated. We spent a long time in the hospital. Slowly, we started to fade back in. The nurses had to teach me how to walk again. Funny, after we'd walked so far, I had to learn again. Page 14. When we were better, a UN worker brought us to our new home. Boys, this is Fatuma. Since you arrived without parents, Fatuma will care for you. Think of her as your foster mom. I didn't like Fatuma at first. Sorry, Fatuma. I wanted my mom. I didn't like the food we had to eat. Fling. No. I was used to eating meat and vegetables from our farm. Now the UN gave us flour and oil, and no one knew how to use it. The people thought the flour was powdered milk. They mixed it with water and gave it to their children, and some of them died. Page 15. And what about Hassan? When did you learn about his disabilities? Well, Hassan was always different from other kids his age. He didn't talk, and he had really bad tantrums. He could scream and kick for hours without getting tired. I was the only one who could calm him down. Shh, Hassan, it's okay. I'm right here. I'm not leaving. I'm right here. But as he got older, I couldn't always help him. He started having seizures. That's what the doctors called them. He would fall to the ground and his body would start jerking around, and I couldn't stop it. Fatuma, help! Page 16. Fatuma took him to the hospital, but the doctors didn't know what to do. They didn't know what caused his seizures. They said maybe it was because he was so sick as a little baby. They didn't have any medicine to give him to make them stop. They said the best we could do would be to stay with Hassan when he was having a seizure. Word spread amongst our neighbors, and soon everyone was stopping in to give their advice to Fatuma. He's not even your real son, Fatuma. He's just going to get more and more violent as he gets older. Tell the UN you've changed your mind about being a foster mom. Page 17. What you need to do, Fatuma, is keep the boy tied up. That way he won't harm you or others. Get out, all of you. Tie a boy up. Are you crazy? He is like my own son, and I will treat him as such. Who you? My opinion of Fatuma changed after that. The next time Hassan had a seizure, Fatuma was right there next to him. Page 18. Fatuma, why do you want to be our foster mom? Wouldn't your life be easier without us? Why are you being so nice to us? You remind me of my own children. I had 4 boys of my own, you know. You do? Where are they now? They were killed in Somalia, but they were good boys, sweet boys, just like the 2 of you. Fatuma still takes care of us. The UN named her our legal guardian. The end.